Geek of Spades, and today I'm going to play a game of 200 Points of Infinity for our local tournament where we work. My opponent will actually be Roberto. Roberto, if you want to come around and stand from the camera.
Come on down!
Because he's so pretty. This is my opponent for the day. So who are you playing today?
I'll be playing Jurisdictional of Nomads.
Is that a sectorial or is that the actual Nomads?
It'll be a sectorial, so I'm running a league team in it.
Okay, very cool.
And are you running a sectorial as well?
I am running a sectorial. I'm running the Morat aggression. Lots of big guys and big guns. All right, let's get to the game.
Guys, this is Roberto, and this will be for round 3 of the Infinity Escalation League. I'm running a jurisdiction command of Corregidor, however you say it. And in my list, I have 4 Wildcat Link team with a heavy rocket launcher, and Iguana and his pilot are there, and McMurrow is hitting the table again.
Hey guys, it's Zach from Geek of Spades. Here's my Morat aggression force I'm using for today's game. We're playing about 200 points. This guy is just proxying as a regular Morat, and that's actually going to have a combi rifle instead of the multi-sniper rifle for my Zorat.
And you have?
What else?
Oh, I'm also... I didn't know that's all you wanted. I'm also running a... Actually, she's not in there. I'm running the Rack-to-Rack Jungle Fighters, and I actually have 5 altogether Morat Vanguard, and one of them is different from the other, but I have to shh about that. And I have my Surgerat Tempest with his Fuhrerbach.
Alright, so this is a custom Meeple dice tower. And for the roll to go first, my whip is, or roll to see who determines deployment or going first, my whip is 13 on my lieutenant.
Mine is
critical.
Also 13, but he got a crit, so it didn't matter.
I will choose turn order.
Alright, who's going to go first then?
Well,
you deploy first.
So, okay. So, then I will. Alright guys, so for mission 3, we pick a classified objective. Each of us will pick one model table to roll off of, but not tell our opponent. And then we roll 2 dice, and then pick which objective we'd like to use. So, using the custom Meeple dice tower, I know which model I'm going for. So I have a 4 and a 2. Now, as far as I can tell, each table is just randomization of the exact same thing. So that's a way to keep your objective secret from your opponent.
Okay, I got the model I know I want to use. So I have choices between 3 and 18.
Alright guys, so Zach had me go first. There is my Iguana, hiding behind that tower, pretty far up in my deployment area. My Link team, really nice and cover there. And I have the ladders there and a little bit of cover up top. It's kind of centered on the table. So with that heavy rocket launcher, I'm going to make it a team leader so it becomes burst 3. So hopefully that'll be nice and effective and give me a good vantage. And then McMurrow is hiding back a bit more. I learned my lesson from last game where he died horribly.
Hey, this is Zach again. Here's my deployment for my Morats right now. As you can see, I have got my sniper right there. He's got a pretty clear shot across the board. And I got 2 more guys hanging out right here, 2 of my Morat Vanguards. I've got another one hanging out right there. So kind of trying to keep my lanes all covered. Here's my my Rack-to-Rack, who's going to try and do the best he can to blow someone up. And this poor Conocimento guy is just going to have to pretend he's a Morat for the day. And here's my Fuhrerbach lieutenant, or not my lieutenant, he's just a Surgerat Tempest. And then there's my other Vanguard guy who isn't painted yet.
How's it going, boys?
Okay, so first order after McMurrow moved up on the far side, the Iguana moved up to the cover there and shot across the table to, was it Zorat?
Yeah, it was where my Zorat was.
And had a little shootout. The tag with the HMG won that one and dropped his Zorat, and because he doesn't have a doctor, we just removed her from the table.
Yep.
Alright, second order was the tag to move up a bit further and spot his next Morat. And the HMG won out again, but barely, with a roll of a 2. So he had pretty good chance of successfully dodging, but sadly he rolled too high. And then failed in armor.
Boo! So Roberto right now is trying to move his troops around, and he's jumping on top of that roof right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually just failed a roll and just totally biffed it on one of his guys.
So made a physical for the team to climb up there, move up, and they biffed it. Survived the armor check for falling off terrain. Second order, they're just fine. So first part was to move up there. Second part, well, I can't do at the moment because I don't have a clear shot. So I'm gonna have to spend another order. And what I'm doing now is a speculative shot.
So who are you doing it on?
So I'm actually targeting terrain, not targeting a person.
Okay.
Since it's a heavy rocket launcher, it has a blast. So I'm going to target a piece of terrain. I know there's two guys back here, so I'm going to target right there.
Are you still allowed to do that? I thought they FAQ'd that out.
You can, but it's a -6 to hit.
Okay, good to know.
So now because she's the team leader, she gets +1 to her burst. Now the heavy rocket launcher at that distance, let's see, how far am I shooting here?
Here, I'll grab that for you over there. So you're trying to hit this spot right here?
Yep.
All right, so what's it at?
31.5.
Okay, that's a -6 to that, correct?
On the heavy rocket launcher, it's barely in the +3 range. So my total is -3 to shoot that spot.
Okay.
So with burst 3, now I haven't pre-measured how large the blast is going to be. But we have a Micro Art Studio blast template here, so if I do hit the spot, we'll be using that.
Beautiful templates, by the way. I really like those.
I do enjoy the etching. They look fantastic. All right, so ballistic skill is 13, so I need 10s to hit that spot.
Okay.
So one successful hit, it doesn't count as a critical because I'm not specifically targeting a miniature.
Okay.
And 4, so 2 hits. Now it's a blast fire template, which I think will get both of them. So I'm just kind of tilting it sideways to use it as a measuring device. They'll both be in the blast.
You can go ahead and lay it the other way and it'll probably be almost about the same.
Up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're both in. So they get hit twice with fire damage.
Okay. So as you guys can see, Roberto's big ol' nuke that he just tossed at me is doing a pretty good job of wiping out my guys. I had a gentleman right here, and I also had a gentleman right there, and they're both quite dead now. That fire weapon property is brutal, the fact that you have to keep making armor saves.
Until you succeed.
Yep. Alright guys, it's the beginning of my very first turn, and from the 7 or 8 models I brought, I'm down to just these 4. I thought I was in pretty good cover, but clearly I was not.
There is no cover from the missiles.
No cover! So now I have about 4 orders to play with and try and kill all of his guys. That tag right there is pretty brutal. I've never seen anything kill stuff that fast.
Lucky rolling.
Well, pretty good rolling too, and I missed a couple of really important physical rolls for stuff. And then we got your 2 guys still up there. And there's actually another, what, 3 down there?
Yeah, so she's the Link team leader. It's a 4-man Link team right now.
That Link team doesn't even seem like it needs to do any work this game except for that one rocket launcher shot. And he's actually got his werewolf mercenary hanging out right behind that silo. So the closest I got to that is about right there. You can barely see his base right between that vid screen and that silo. Alright guys, this is my first set of movement for the turn. As you remember, I had my Sograt Tempest sitting right here, and I had him go ahead and run up over there. We're counting those vid screens as blocking line of sight, so he should be good sitting right there. And I moved this guy up from the back, my Morat Vanguard gentleman. I still have this gentleman hanging out back there. He's trying to find a good spot to go to. And then the other one I moved was my Raktarak. He moved from back over there behind that pillar, ran to the behind that, and then he went ahead and moved right over here. That way the iguana wasn't going to be able to see him as well. But there's definitely someone waiting around the corner for him.
Alright, so for McMurrow's impetuous order, he's going to move up almost his full movement, 6 inches. But he's going to stop right there. Yeah, he's out of cover. And he's going to double chain rifle that guy. So that's an automatic 2 hits. Now let's go ahead and grab the template just to, for clarities.
Chain rifle is what, a large template, correct?
Large teardrop template.
And it's a minus, what, 6?
No. -6 to dodge. But it's an automatic hit.
Okay.
So now you may freely shoot back unopposed or try to dodge.
Okay. He is actually going to bust out his heavy flamer and shoot right back.
Huzzah!
So I had a little bit of a trick up my sleeve. I knew that guy was going to round the corner. Hopefully this flamer saves my life, or at least takes him down.
All right. So with the chain rifle, McMurrow dual wield, so he gets an automatic 2 hits.
Okay.
You only have the 1 hit with the heavy flamer?
Yeah, I only have the 1 hit with the heavy flamer.
All right, now we make some armor rolls.
All right. So let's go ahead and do some armor rolls right over here.
All right, so I got hit once with the heavy flamer. How much damage is that?
The heavy flamer, I believe, there's a lot of rule checking in this game. Heavy flamer is actually a strength 14 weapon, just to show everyone right there.
All right, so I'll need an 11.
Okay.
So I failed. Now, because of the way flamers work, I have to keep rolling.
Otherwise, he keeps taking wounds.
So McMurrow's unconscious, and he's just unconscious.
Yep, so he's just laying there on the ground right now. So now I have to go ahead and make my armor save, so I'm going to go ahead and hand the camera over to Roberto here. There you go. So you had 2 chain rifle hits, right?
Yep.
So what's the strength on that?
Chain rifles, damage 13, no other modifiers.
Okay, so he's not getting cover, but I am getting my armor, which is a 2.
All right.
So you said it was, what, a 15, correct?
13,
sorry.
so you'll need 12s.
I need 12s.
Do you want to put them in the dice tower?
Yeah. Go ahead and use that. Oh, no!
Natural 1.
That's the first one, and I think he's only got 1 wound. So even if I roll the next one, he's down anyways.
All right. Well, that was an interesting result.
So they knocked each other out. Blur! So Roberto's moved up his Link team with absolutely no fear of any...
reprisal.
Yeah, reprisal or retribution from my side. I am just dwindled down to the 3 members of my team. I have my 2 Morat Vanguards, and I have my Sogarat Tempest hanging out right there. No, he hasn't shot anybody. It's so... I want to like jump up, but he's got so many toys just to kill him. It's brutal. But McMurrow and my Rack Track here, he rounded the corner, used both of his chain guns, and I used my flamer. They killed each other, and that was the end of that story. I failed my armor saves miserably. So now he's got his squad moving up still.
I've spent 3 orders just moving these guys from back here.
Had them back in that little temple area.
Moving them around up to here. So Link team leader's in cover there, everyone else is kind of back here. I'm going to try the same trick again with the speculated shot.
Roberto, you want to go ahead and put the finger above your model? So just so they can see, there it is. Hanging out right there between that supply canister, not supply canister, the cargo box.
So I'm going to shoot across and try to hit that. Maybe get some bonus splash damage.
Okay.
So that's 25 inches for me. Now with the heavy rocket launcher, that'd be a +3, -6 for a speculative shot.
Okay, so you're sitting at just a -3 right now, correct?
So
okay.
That puts me at 10.
Let's go ahead and use this fancy dice tower you got. So let's see, the rolls he got is a 17, a 14, a 13, so nothing.
So, and speculative shots take a full order. So I'll have to...
You'll be regretting that dice tower, aren't you?
Well, not really. I like it.
It's rolled 1 success all game. That was the employment rule.
So what's nice about the dice tower is that it also looks like a piece of terrain. It looks good.
Oh, it's a beautiful piece of MDF too. That's what it's really cool about.
I'm going to spend another order and try that again.
All right, let's go ahead and film these dice rolls for us. So let's see, you got a 9, an 8, and a 12 it looks like.
So the 8 and the 9 are in effect. I am right here. Now, did I hit anything? So just that guy, because terrain also blocks templates, he's just fine. So
just my poor Tempest hanging out over there.
So he takes 2 fire hits.
All right, well, I gotta make these rolls now.
All right, so here at the dreaded dice tower.
The dice tower of doom.
So the heavy rocket launcher has fire damage type and is damage 14. What is his armor? So
my Sogarat Tempest armor is armor 6.
Okay, so you need 9s.
I need to beat 9s. I have to roll 2, correct?
Yes, because you got hit twice. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, failed 1.
First one's a fail.
Now fire keeps burning, so
I have to go ahead and roll this one. So save! No!
2 fails.
Oh my gosh.
How many wounds does he have?
He only has 2 wounds.
So
he would go unconscious, but I have to keep rolling because he has an advanced medikit. So on my turn, I can spend orders to get him to stand back up. So I have to keep rolling saves now just to see whether he's dead.
Okay.
So next save. Of course, now I make it.
All right, so now he's saved, but he got hit twice. So you saved one of the continuous burns. Now I have to save the second continuous burn.
Yep.
And he's good.
Now I'm making saves. So he's actually done now, right?
Yeah, so he's done.
Yes!
So he's unconscious, but has a chance to get back up.
On my turn, I believe I have to spend an entire order in order to use the kit for him to try and go, oh, adrenaline, I'm alive! You're good?
Yeah.
So now I get to start the second turn that I get. And as you can see, I'm still down to just about 3 models. One of them I have to try and make a Medi-Kit save on him. What's great about the auto Medi is it doesn't get the -3 for doing doctor rolls. It's just an automatic physical check that I get to make. So let's go ahead and make that.
All right, so watching the dice tower. Right. What's his physical?
His physical is 15. So he's got a pretty good chance to get up.
He's up.
13, and he's up. All right.
With 1 wound.
So I had to spend an entire order to do that. So technically he's prone now, correct?
I think that's your call if he starts prone or standing.
I'm pretty sure he starts prone if he's getting it from unconscious. That's how I'll play it. So that way it still sounds fair to me.
I'm okay with you standing him right up. That way it puts his head in line of fire.
I'll give you a gimme. I've been murdering you all game. So go ahead, just stand him back up.
Is that really a gimme? He wants you to stand up so that his guy with the rocket launcher will be like, oh, hey, he's back up.
I'm actually going to go ahead and spend an order to get him to stand back up. So I'm down to 2 orders currently.
Okay.
Actually, no, he doesn't give me his orders from the start of the turn.
Because he was unconscious?
Because he was unconscious. So I only had 2 orders. The extra one was for my lieutenant.
So your lieutenant can do something.
My lieutenant can do something.
Which, at this point, if he spends the order, I know exactly who his lieutenant is.
No, because he doesn't have to move the lieutenant. He could just go, I'm spending an order on my lieutenant. He's going to do a jig. Your go. I do it all the time.
Does a dance. He's not going to do anything. He's just going to hang out.
All right, so
you get the satisfaction of spending that order, but your opponent doesn't know what you spent it on. It's so aggravating. I'm doing it. Because I'm a terrible person.
Oh, man. What am I going to do?
All right, so my turn 3?
I have 1 order left. I still can do nothing.
All right, we have the great minds here contemplating the strategic assets they have left.
Okay, what can you do? Flea flicker. Flea flicker?
Okay. Got break!
Into the Tango Foxtrot.
Yeah! Yeah! You know what? He's actually going to hang out right there. I think that's my best bet right now. So that's my turn. Woo!
Okay.
So Roberto decided he was going to move his tag up. And he figured out if he stands right there, he can clearly see this Morat Vanguard, and the Vanguard can clearly see him.
So no cover.
No cover at all. So he rolls his 4 shots. He only needs 17, and one of them happens to be a crit. So even if I wound him back, it's not going to matter in any way. Yay! So let's go ahead and dump your dice out of there. That was like 4 successes. One of them was a crit anyways. And I need a yes! So my overall modifier was +3 for range, and my regular ballistic skill is 11. So I needed a 14 or under, and I got an 8. But that doesn't beat any of your rolls, so it doesn't even matter, correct?
Correct.
So Roberto gets his 4 hits on the guy.
What was your lowest roll? 10?
He dumped it up. I think it was a 9.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, all 4 of his hits.
Yay!
It's Price is Right rules. It's the closest without going over.
So that poor Vanguard is now dead.
Sorry, man.
That's all right. It's okay. All right, so this is part of Roberto's movement orders. He went ahead and covered quite a bit of ground. He started over there, and he quickly made his way all the way over here.
Well, the iguana's movement is 6'4", so he's moving 10 inches order.
That's brutal. That's 10 inches total in a turn just for one guy. And he just moves.
So,
but
now this is the 4th order I've spent. He moved 6 inches up to there and is taking a shot at Tim. Now, sadly, because the way his shoulders are, he's actually not facing. And he's outside of the 8-inch range, so he does not get to react to this.
Yep, so this is just straight shots into my back. So let's go ahead and do this at the dice tower.
So I need 17.
So So let's see, a 9, a 2,
successes.
a 1, and an 8. I don't get an armor save, or I do?
You do.
Oh,
But
awesome.
you're not in cover.
Okay, so I only get my armor against your total damage, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
So the damage is 14. And whatever armor does he have?
Let's go ahead and pass this over to you. His armor is 1.
All right, so you need 4 15s.
All right, so first one.
17,
Oh,
he's good.
He's good.
16,
Oh, 16, he's good. If I make all these rolls, this will be amazing. So I need 15. One more.
16, he's good.
One more armor save. 14.
Oh, barely.
Of course, it's the last one that kills him.
And he's unconscious.
So that was actually my lieutenant, and my lieutenant is now dead.
Okay.
I'm down just to my Tempest, and we might actually want to call the game there.
Well, you still have a full turn, the tag to fight. It'd be a moral victory, and you'll get the full burst of your weapon.
This is very true. So maybe I will actually be able to kill that tag. So we'll see. There we go.
Okay, so for my lieutenant order, I had the Link team go prone.
We had all these gentlemen and ladies right over here just fall to the ground because they're so afraid of me.
So you do the flop?
Everyone do the flop. That is correct.
All right, the rest of the orders were spent solely on the tag, just moving across the table and up to here.
So he's
this
actually got him to move right there.
So my last order, first half of it was moving up to there to shoot at his Morat. Now, what is your reaction going to be?
So my reaction is actually, I'm going to go ahead and fire back.
Okay.
And I'm getting serious coverage on this right here.
All right, so -3 to hit,
Okay.
+3 for distance, so I just need 14s.
Yep.
Hold on, you only get the cover if you're up against it.
Well, he is obscured. I can see.
I was going to say, I'm pretty obscured. You should see it from over here, Spencer.
So that
It's
won't give
pretty-
him that won't give him +3 to his armor, but it does give
Pretty
him
obscured.
-3 to hit.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting the cover to my save, just the cover to his shooting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is an obscured target, less than 25 or less than 50% of him, and I need 14.
So let's say that's a
So
1,
2 fails.
a 20.
A 1 and a 3.
Oh, wow.
So that would be very easy for Zach to beat it when he shoots back.
Roll anything over a 3, Zach.
You only get 1 die.
Oh, that's right. I only get 1 die. So my Sograt has a ballistic skill of 3. Are we getting cover on
I
that?
think he has a ballistic skill higher than 3.
Or not 3, a 13. Sorry.
Okay.
So
You're paying 7
you're getting
points for a guy
you're getting the
who
cover from my shot, but you're not getting the cover to your save, correct?
tough weapon.
Because of the angle, I am actually touching terrain. So,
Essentially, he's
well, nope, I actually left him half an inch away from a terrain piece. So
He's just hanging out right there right
so
now.
-3 to hit, but not +3 to his armor.
Okay, so I get my 1 shot from my Fuhrbach. Go Fuhrbach. -3, so I need was a 10. Oh, and I get a 4, and that actually beats both of his shots.
So you hit the tag for how much damage?
The Fuhrbach, I believe, hits for 14. So let's go ahead and check this out right here. Fuhrbach, if I can read my own printout right here. Yep, it's a 14 right there.
Now it's armor piercing plus double action.
Yep.
So it actually causes 2 wounds for 1 hit.
Yep,
kill him.
I could kill you right now.
And my armor's halved.
So let's go ahead and, oh, you have to make your armor saves for this,
Yeah,
correct?
so he's armor 6, it's armor piercing plus double action, so it's down to 3. He was damage 14?
Yes, damage 14.
12.
I need 12s.
So that's a 16. And that's an 8.
So he takes 1 structure damage.
All right.
Moral victory!
Yay! And that was actually Roberto's last action for his turn.
So I get no more orders or actions for the rest of the game other than reactionary, because after Zach's turn, the game is over.
All right, so that would put it to the top of my turn 3.
This is where you just lay into
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Zach's got 2 orders.
How do I want to spend those 2 orders?
I believe it's called move and unload everything.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I think I'm going to do that.
Zach, do you want to give us a walkthrough of what's going on here?
Yes, I will. So my first order of the turn, I had my my Sograt Tempest move from over here to right over here, which gives him a pretty good sight of the iguana right there. I'm going to go ahead and use my Fuhrbach to shoot at him, and Roberto's response was to use his heavy flamer. So hopefully I can survive this barrage of fire and murder that horrible tag. So I have I get 2 shots with the Fuhrbach, and I don't have anything blocking my sight, correct? Is that what we agreed on?
Yes.
Okay.
So the iguana is not in cover, he's completely exposed.
So,
And so because he used the heavy flamer, it's not an opposed roll. So
Okay.
Zach just needs 16 or less.
All right. So I had just a 1. I need 16 or less. That's an 18.
Oh, I didn't see the 1. I saw 8.
So the 1 hits, but just barely.
Okay, and because it's double action, I take 2 wounds from that.
Yes, you do. Or you roll 2 armor saves.
Yes.
So, recording now.
All right, here are the iguana's armor saves.
So 3 and a 7.
Instead. Now, what happens is the iguana has 2 structure points. He's already taken 1. So when he's down to 0, anything left carries over to the pilot, who has 2 wounds. So the pilot now has 1 wound left, and at the end of this order, the pilot gets ejected and actually flies 8 inches away from the tack.
All right, so he might actually move away from my line of sight.
Okay, so now your Forbach took the fire damage.
Oh, this is very true. He's got to make his saves now.
Damage 14.
All right, so I'm armor 6, and am I getting cover from that?
No.
No? Okay, so just the my armor. What's the strength on that?
You get a cover bonus to your armor against tempo weapons.
You do?
Do you?
Yeah, we found that out in the movie.
We looked it up.
Okay, so that's armor 9.
9, so what's
you
the
need a
strength?
6.
A 6. All right, let's go. And that's a 14. So I should be good, correct? It's over the number I need.
Yeah.
Okay, so
If you have a grab weapon and your opponent comes
Down.
on the edge
Okay,
of the table,
so the iguana has the ejection system, so there is the pilot with 1 wound left. Now, we point the template towards the center of the table, and for the ejection system, we actually roll on his physical, which is 12.
push him off the table.
Okay, so he got
that's
a 7.
so that succeeds. So I can safely eject him in any direction. Now, he will go 8 inches. So we'll go ahead and throw him this direction. And we'll drop him there.
All right, so he drops off right there. Does he get to act now, or does he just eject
Still
out?
your turn.
He just ejects out. Still your turn.
Okay, so I have 1 more order left. I wonder what that order is going to be.
Should I just move him over for you?
Yeah, you should just go ahead and just scoot
He's just
him.
going to go,
Boop, just right there. Well, I want him to still get covered. He gets to shoot back. I mean,
fine, you big baby.
all right, so this Forbach's going to go ahead and take some pot shots at this poor pilot.
Okay, so his unit is now shooting my pilot, who is going to shoot back with an HMG. Now, because of distance, that'll give +3 to his ballistic skill, which is 12, so 15. The guy's
Okay.
in cover, so -3, so I'm just rolling for a 12. Now, Zach, what do you need?
Let's see, my ballistic skill is a, let's see, it's a 13 right there. With the range, I'm also getting the +3 to hit, so that'll put me at a 16.
And I'm not in cover.
You're not in cover, so I'm not getting any negative modifiers to that at all.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and roll. 17, so that's a fail.
All right.
Get him, Zach!
So now I get my 2 shots with my Forbach. Let's see, a 5 and a 3.
So that's 4 armor saves.
Those will both hit.
At half armor.
And that's why I love that Forbach, because it gives you half the armor, because it's AP, and it's dual action. So for every wound, you have to roll 2 armor saves.
Yep. Okay, so I'm armor 2 versus the 14.
Yes, it's a 14.
So I need 13s.
That's a 13.
Success. Success.
And that's
fail.
fail.
He's unconscious. Oh, he's dead.
And he's super dead. Super dead!
And his body exploded.
So I go ahead and get a moral victory, and I think I'm even going to just take this guy right off the board.
Oh no! I threw him across the room somehow.
Go ahead.
So this is the wrap-up battle report for our 200-point Infinity tournament game, and I soundly got pushed into the dirt and just had sand thrown in my eyes. So by the end of the game, I killed Morat, right? McMurrow, sorry. McMurrow, the werewolf guy, who was how many points?
33 points.
33 points. And then I killed your iguana, and I killed the pilot in it, which was another, what, 73?
73 points.
So overall, I got, it was 130, not
106 points.
106. I math well. And then, let's see, Roberto killed about everything but my Sograt. So I had a 200-point perfect list. Well, not perfect, but
Exactly.
130 points.
Yep.
So Roberto wins this one. Soundly.
Now, it would have been much worse, but Zach made his physical roll to get his guy back up.
Those auto medikits are awesome.
Who then trounced the iguana. Because, again, like last game, I pushed too far forward, overestimated, was confident in my dice rolls. And at the very end, lost a guy. But, you know, it happens. I was having really good success early on, so I was like, oh, this is good. I'll just keep going with it.
Yeah, just push on through! So.
That iguana did amazing for the 73 points he costs.
I would say he was almost the MVP of the game because right off the bat he killed my Morat and he killed a Morat Vanguard. And then he just had to sit there pretty for the rest of the game until you actually had to push up and get me in my corner.
Yeah, I didn't want to push my Link team too far forward because I might need to use that for reactionary shots, as well as that had my Lieutenant and my Engineer, which I needed for my secret objective. Now, my goal early on was actually to get my tag injured. That's why I was being so risky with him. So my secret objective was to use an engineering skill.
To try and repair him to get the secret objective?
Yep, so I failed my secret objective.
So good thing you pushed him all the way up there because he was dead no matter what.
Now, if I only had my engineer follow him, that would have been different.
Yeah, it would have been quite a bit of a different story. You would have gotten way more shots on my Sograt. He would have been dead.
But it is what it is. I think we both played very well.
It was a good game. I really enjoyed it. And thanks for tuning in to this Infinity Bat Rap.
Thanks.